Hey, girlfriend, you know who you are. You have big, big dreams. You want to write a book, stand on a TED Talk stage, be a life coach offering wisdom from your RV in Montana, a cafe in Barcelona, or a beach chair in Tulum. Your other girlfriends and your family, they don't always get your biz savvy. Why do you want to leave your JOB? Because you're a C.A.T.S, aka coach, author, thought leader, and speaker. Meet other change makers like yourself and find out how they make it happen. This is the Big Meow podcast.
Hello, friends, and I'm here with Ingrid Yolanda. Hi, Ingrid.
Hello.
So you've got it going on. You are a chef, you're an artist, you're a writer. I mean, how do you keep all those balls in the air?
You do them one at a time, right? One at a time. Yes.
So what is apothosopy? Did I say that right?
Apostrophe. I know it's a mouthful,
Okay,
right?
I totally butchered that. What is that?
Crazy thing. It's like an apothecary, but a therapist. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
I love it. So explain more. I want to hear more about it.
Okay, so I got this amazing process for helping people by doing a cleansing from the inside out. And so that's where my approach to coaching came from. It came from that. And during that same time when I was building coaching, I was making soaps.
Oh,
So the two came together. Isn't that crazy?
okay,
That
now
sounds
I get
really
it.
wild.
After I totally butchered
now you get
that.
it.
Like,
So I was like, this whole coaching thing it's literally like helping people to clean their lives up, clean their insides out, because I'm a health and life coach. So
right.
it has to start from the inside, your spirit, soul, emotions, all that has to be cleaned out for your life to get in order, right? And then you have to take care of your body from the inside out as well with good foods. That's my chef portion. And also with that, you got to keep yourself smelling and looking good right on the outside. And so
Okay, this is awesome.
So it kind of brings everything that I do together in that word, apostrophe. Yeah.
So
I'll
that's
find that
amazing. And
right?
I love that idea. Like, okay, I'm a soap maker and I'm going to help you clean your act up. And you could smell good and eat good at the same time.
Right.
I love that. So, I mean, do you have like a life philosophy that carries you through?
I just be truthful, be honest and truthful with yourself, because that's the only way you're going to be able to move forward. Because a lot of times you're not fooling other people, you're really just fooling yourself.
That is absolutely so true.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you working on next?
I have started actually with a book writing project. And this project is for my main type of client when I'm coaching on the life side of things. It's people who are just highly sensitive. A lot of highly sensitive people think that their lives are just a wreck, and it's actually just aligning who you really are and the gifts that you have, because the sensitivity is actually a gift, but it doesn't feel like it when you don't know how to navigate through the things that you're seeing, feeling, tasting, smelling that are aggravating the heck out of you, And most of my clients, I find that that's where they are in their lives. And so I decided that I was going to write a book about it. And then out of that, also extend it to this process of having children understand early on. So when you get to be an adult, you don't have all that craziness going on in your life, and your life's upside down, twisted and turned all around because you don't know who you are and you don't get who you are, and nobody else gets you either. And so this book project came from just me seeing clients and seeing all the difficulties that they were going through, and understanding that I learned how to do this early on. And so I want others to be able to read about it, also go through the coaching and help their children.
I mean, I have 4 children and they're all so sensitive. They're just incredibly sensitive, creative people. And I imagine that that's probably even true for you. I mean, with all the creative things that you do between painting and being a chef and making soap and, helping us with our lives. I mean, you probably had to learn how to navigate this path yourself first.
Yes, absolutely. As a child, I was kind of like the strange one. You know what I mean? I was the quiet girl who was like everything in the room was bothering me,
You
and
had
I
the
would
tag on your
literally,
clothes.
yeah, yes, the tag on the clothes for sure. And I would often just get away from people and go sit in my grandma's closet because that was the only place I could find like a little peace to kind of like talk to God and say, I don't get it and they don't get me,
I know now you're out in the world, like helping people as a coach and putting your
Mhm.
work out there. I mean, for people who are sensitive, who do hold back, who are, sitting in their grandmother's closet, like what advice would you give them to get out in the world and share their gifts?
Actually, to understand that it is a gift. I think that's the
Mhm.
first step in it, is understanding that you do have a gift. And then understanding that we all have 3 layers of our senses. I'm going to give this little nugget away. Understanding we all have 3 layers of our senses. We all have our eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and our sense of taste and, well, I said mouth, our touch, that whole feeling kind of thing. But ours is just on a higher sensitivity level. It's like we vibrate at a different level than other people. And so when those things happen, then there's questions that we need to ask, not of ourselves, not to get angry with the person, but our sensitivity is literally telling us something. And if we hone into the fact that your senses are telling you something, and I'm going to just say something like a sense of smell.
Mhm.
Sometimes what you're smelling, nobody else in the room will smell it, and it may mean something very powerful, and you don't get it. I remember I used to play a game after I learned how to do it. I would play this game, and I would sometimes do it with friends on holidays because I didn't like playing, like other games are kind of boring to me. And so I like to do adventure games. And so I would just say, hey, you guys, let's just trade our senses in for God's and ask him what he's smelling in the room, And that's the least sense that anybody tries to work with. And so I was like, I know it sounds crazy, but, let's do the nose because the eyes are easy. We see everything in the natural, and that's usually what people try to take from. And the ears are easy because we hear people talking. And so I was like, let's ask, what is God smelling right now? Very interesting thing happened one day as we did this, and there was a particular fragrance that we were smelling. No man in the room, it was just us girls, no man in the room, but we smelled men's cologne, really, really strong. I smelled it first, and I was like, you guys smell that? That is amazing. I want to like bottle it like right now, but you can't capture it in the natural. It's just
Right. I know.
awful.
What is that?
Yeah. And so I asked them, and they were like, no, I don't smell anything. I'm like, okay, close your eyes. Let's do it again. And then I was like, do you smell it? And they were like, oh my goodness. It just became like stronger. And they something. And I was like, okay, now let's ask, where is that scent coming from? And it was a guy that we knew that was not far from where we were. And I heard the Lord say that was the fragrance of his intercession, that man prayed a lot. Is that amazing?
Aw,
So
isn't that
I
amazing?
went to tell that man that, and he cried. He said, I always wondered if God really heard me.
Oh,
And now I
aw,
know he does.
that's a
God,
really sweet
I was
story.
like, that's crazy. But that's like, if we understand what our senses mean, it's like, we're getting these messages and we don't understand what the messages are. And if we ask the questions, the appropriate questions, we'll get an answer. And
I
you'll
mean, that is
understand
so
what
true.
it is.
Like if you ask, if you put it out there and you ask, especially if you ask the divine, like you get those message, they'll actually, you get an answer back.
Yeah, you do.
It's absolutely amazing. So who inspires you, Yolanda?
I will say my biggest inspiration comes from God. It really does. That's been my best friend all my life. My grandmother, when I was young, she was the one who believed and like understood what I was saying when I would say these crazy things or stuff I saw or things that happened around me. She was the one who was like, oh, sweetheart. She was a sweet little Baptist lady. And she was like, sweetheart, I didn't hear that. I don't know what that is, but I just know God's speaking to you. That's for you. And so she helped me to stay in this place where I didn't feel so awkward, you know. And so I would say that she was a great inspiration during that time of my life. But it's a hard gift to have. And so that's why I want to help people.
I love my grandmother too. We were super close. So Ingrid, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the official _Ingrid_Yolanda.
Awesome. Ingrid, thank you so much for being on the Big Meow.
Thank you. So glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for listening to the Big Meow podcast, sponsored by C.A.T.S Network. If you liked what you heard, please take a moment to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. You can also join our network filled with positivity and possibility. Visit www.catsnetworking.com to join us and learn more, together with your magical, motivated, and mystical new friends at C.A.T.S Network. Let's transform 1 million lives with your message. Are you feeling isolated, sitting at home in your PJs? Or perhaps you're tired of the comfy sweatpants with holes in them that are hidden just below the camera? I mean, you could puke at the thought of another day of Zoom meetings and reporting to your BOSS. Do you want freedom from your home office desk or the office cubicle? Do you want freedom from your current career? Or are you frustrated that your online biz dreams are going nowhere? It's all too overwhelming. Where do you start? All the tech, the choices, and your message. Yep, I said your message, your brand, your voice. What is it? Do you even know what that means? Do you need a biz coach but don't want to invest the big bucks? Let's face it, being a solopreneur is lonely, but you don't have to do it alone. And here's a solution. Join C.A.T.S Network. C.A.T.S Network is a woman-only membership community exclusively available to you, the life coach or executive coach, the author, the thought leader, or the public speaker. If you identify with this list or want to work on adding some of these to your skill set, C.A.T.S is the place for you. Check us out at www.catsnetworking.com. That's C.A.T.S networking.com. Because let's face it, cats are better together.